Hello, amazing, beautiful souls. Welcome. My name is Anka, and today I want to share with you a transmission regarding the effectiveness of integration. Because myself, I've been going through this metamorphosis, death and rebirth type cycle, and for a while now, I've been integrating. And today I was reflecting on that integration, and it was enough essence that felt that it needs to be shared. And as I was reflecting, how am I gonna linearize that and share it? I got this very clear visual of this frequency going out with the intuitive message that I'm trying to share an experience, then it has to be an experience. I cannot water it down, let's say, with words. So here we are. If this resonates with you, then start joining me, prepare, relax your body. I feel the only prerequisite, let's just say that, is that if you are or have been going through this death rebirth type cycle, that you should be already landed for you to fully receive this type of transmission. And what do I mean by that? These are my own words, right? Because as we move through the death cycle, we are being completely ungrounded, and it just feels that nobody is home. You're still walking around, but you are being fully expanded, into space. You're working through your attachments to these ideas of who we are or projections. And as those are being let go of, we get stretched more and more into our new space. But as we come back into our body, it just feels like a landing to me, right? And we're landing back on the planet with our expanded consciousness. And even after the landing, the next couple days, you still feel sort of like jet lag. Um, the confusion is still here. You think it's 1 o'clock, but it's actually 4 o'clock, and um, you can ground now. All right, you feel that you're back in the body, but the disorientation is still here. Okay, and we do have spiders with us. Okay, that's beautiful weaving energy. They've been on me lately, and I don't necessarily enjoy spiders. I haven't gotten bit yet, so it's like they just want to hang out, but I don't. Anyway, okay. So if you resonate with that, and I don't necessarily care, let's say when you have landed, if it's within 3 days or a couple months, I don't think that really matters. If you still feel you're in that integration space, and that integration has so many layers to it anyway, then I feel that this transmission is definitely for you. Besides that, um, yeah, just start relaxing, start getting into that mode of allowing and receiving. And while you prepare, and me too, there are a couple things that I do want to share, maybe for the next cycle of growth, because I feel like they're just important, amazing things. For example, when I did arrive and started to integrate this new information, then the new space that I am now taking, right? The expansion of me, I drew some cards because that's what I do. And I wanted to see what that reflection is. And the first card that showed up was the Five of Pentacles, which is the idea of lack. And I started laughing because it's just interesting. I knew I came as a contrast, right? For me to see how lack is being now perceived after going through that expansion. And indeed, it was so different. When lack arrived, it didn't bother me. And it felt like I truly now have the choice what it is that I want to do with this energy. Do I want to transmute it? Do I want to completely let it go? Because see, it wasn't something that was part of me. It was just in my field. It was just, this little bitty thing. And I decided, as I was just getting comfortable with it, that no, I just want to keep it there because it has no impact on me. It's just there. And it was sort of a thing where I just want to have it there for me to see where I came from. This little bitty speck within me was something that was a huge thing. It was part of me. And now it's kind of far away somewhere here within my space. So it has absolutely no influence on the decisions that I'm going to take, maybe the new desires, the new experiences I want to have. And I chose to have it so that maybe I want to connect with it again, to bridge a gap between, I can relate somehow to that, but it's from my distant past, like 2 weeks ago. Distant past, right? But that's exactly how this works. 2 weeks from wherever you transmute it, it's like, oh yeah, that was my old self. Such a long space ago in time too. It's amazing. And so what I've also seen on this journey, right, as I was striving to let go and transmute this idea of lack, I can also observe that the effort that I put in sort of didn't matter. The only thing that mattered to reach this point of transmutation or metamorphosis or whatever you want to call it is the desire, the striving in itself. But now, when I want to transmute something else inside of me, I feel like I want to approach it from less effort or less sort of the will almost doesn't have to be so strong, more so the intention, the striving, the continuous striving towards it is what keeps the magnetic influence going, and not so much how much physical effort I put into it. So that clarity, I thought it was really, really important, because in the next growth cycle, I can then manage my energy output in a different way. And hopefully it won't be so depleting, because this one, when I was done with it, I felt exhausted. It felt, and I could sleep too, but just mentally, emotionally spent. And that's because the will and the physical effort was sort of too much. And it didn't do anything to the actual process itself. Oh, sorry. Big spider this time. They're harmless, but still, seeing it crawl on you. Oh, we need some space, guys. In the next couple minutes, if I'm gonna do this transmission, if you could just keep to yourself. I welcome the energy, just the physical piece of it. If I could have some space. Okay. So with that, let's get into it. And I don't have anything prepared. I just felt like being in this space very, very present with you. So if you can close your eyes and be present with me, allow your hips to be that stability, the base, the foundation to the earth. It's that magnetic touch between earth and expansion. The cosmos, even though it is all one. And we know it's all one, yet we can also enjoy the one in the multitude of densities that it's showing up as. So your hips, your first chakra is that, and your spine is loose. You can move and expand freely. And our guides are with us. Our higher self is very much present. And this transmission is for the highest good. It provides the clarity, the map of integration of whatever it is that you are bringing in into this space for you, for all of us, for the planet, and everything else on this planet, within the planet. All the crystals, animals. And so here it is. Allow. And yet you are an active participant in this allowing. As you feel into it, allow the gratitude to blossom and to emanate. Simply observe and allow yourself to play in this awe of your imagination. Flow with it. Be present in your body. Be curious. Do not get involved. It's creating this sort of universal structure. We're starting to really receive these collective codes, and the way we integrate them, it's not really that different. And so it's sort of creating these templates that can be available so that it's just a lot easier. It's already been done before. And so you don't have to necessarily go through that discovery process as a personal journey. It's, I guess that's why they called it effectiveness. it's, it's just speeding it up, and it's making it just available, right? Because that's the purpose. It's the point is the ability to use it as fast as possible. So it's still going. It's like, I don't know, my fingers are just doing stuff, and I feel like um, it's creating this web sort of with codes. But instead of, it's very geometric through movement. And this is just available. So it's still coming. I feel like it's really trying to make it so universal. It's trying to like cover 90% of typical things that we're integrating, or typical things that we're collectively having issues with typical traumas. And when these codes that have been and are coming in, and also doing the solstice and the new moon in June were just happening, new portals, new light codes, and as these hit our different bodies and different experiences, I feel like it's just weaving typical integration patterns for all these different scenarios, for the different experiences. Because it's definitely a structure in the, I'm going to say, the mental and emotional body. So your core is very unique and individual to you. But these are like structures um, outside of you, kind of like a scaffolding. Um, so that when these codes um, okay, so when these codes, it's kind of like a zip file. So you received a zip file in your core, but as you download and unfold, unpack that zip file, it's kind of like it needs a structure, a vibrational structure to hold that new vibration within your auric field so that you can integrate that into your biology, into your cognition, and then that structure probably whatever, I don't know, will dissolve. It's just, I don't know what happens to it. Right? Yeah, it is like a scaffolding. So once the building is complete, your new space, then you can dismantle the scaffolding. And I feel maybe that's why it's so long. I felt like it's going to be kind of like a short transmission, and it keeps going because I feel like we're really trying to hit all these different scenarios that are still very typical, right? It's just one collective story of different themes. Ugh, okay, childhood now. Okay, that I got that very clearly. That one was fast and furious. I asked, how much more? I got, oh, you can hold it. Of course. Nobody cares. I'm really seeing this structure. It kind of reminds me of a bee's nest, sort of very comb-like, but wow, it is, it is definitely a very intricate pattern. Oh, and it expands, has the ability to expand and contract. So I see it, it is so close around your body for some of you, and it can really expand, like feet out, just zooms in and zooms out. It's very related to time. It is a very non-linear structure. So even though these codes are being downloaded, I see it like they can definitely go into these chambers and they don't have to be activated. They're still within your auric field and you've downloaded them. They're with you, but they're kind of on hold. And then when you need them, it's kind of like they're coming out of these chambers and they become active. That is just, it's probably okay. Like these codes, oh my God, like this is all in preparation for more codes to come, I guess, on the planet. And it's like the codes have to be downloaded for whatever reason, or they can be downloaded, maybe it's a better way to say it. But it doesn't mean that you have to integrate everything right now. So the integration is kind of being linearized to your timeline and your experience. And I feel like we're starting to slow down and to add like the final touches. And here we are. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Thank you for this transmission. Thank you, spiders, for holding off. Thank you, guides. And the sun. The sun has arrived now. Please keep yourself hydrated. Take what you need always. Follow your own intuition with this. Follow your own guidance. It truly knows best. Oh, it is such an honor to be with you at this time, sharing, building this new reality all together. It is so clear. It is a collective project, and we are seeing each other. We are recognizing each other, and we are fulfilling each other's purpose. And I just have no words for this amazing understanding and knowing. And so much love to you. Happy integration. And I'll see you in the next one.